My wife collects these antique sewing machines. One is from the 40s and is in this cabinet. This is a Singer clone that is from Japan post World War II. It's branded as a Signet, and it's almost an exact clone of the Singer. And this is in working condition. The one in the cabinet's in working condition also. Over here we have a sewing machine from the 50s or 60s that came with a cabinet that's in the storeroom right now that I need to build a replacement drawer front for. And then here in our closet there is another one. She wants to display these and use these sewing machines. She has 3 more over here. But since she wants to use these and display these, we found online and kind of had the idea already to build a small box for this to set in so you can use it. The problem with these old machines that make them unusable without a base or a table is it has moving parts underneath it. Here are my measurements of the machine exactly. I added a 1/16 to each to give just a little bit of wiggle room, and I'm sure there are small variations in each machine. Then I'm going to add an inch because I'm going to attempt dovetails for the first time, and I milled down my lumber to 1/2 inch thick. So I'm going to have 2 18 and 1/16 inch pieces, and then 2 15 and 3/4 inch pieces. For my lumber, I'm using more church pews that I've milled up. Here is my DIY marking gauge. Just set it up even with the edge of my board. So now I'm going to mark my dovetails. Real simple like that. And then do the other side. And that will give me my line to cut. Probably can't see that, so I'm just going to take a sharp pencil. See, I drag it through the line there. I want my pins to start 1/2 inch from the edge. Okay, I've got part of it laid out, and I think these are my tails, and I've got some pretty big pins that are going to go through. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna wing it. I've got my pieces cut and labeled. Now I just need to chisel out the center section. good or bad. That's what I got. I've got to clean up a little bit with the chicken. Now I'm going to start on my long pieces. You can see that I've just laid out A, up, up. Over here ends up being D, up, and D, up. This way, I should get everything laid out correctly, hopefully. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so hopefully it'll go good. What I'm doing for these ends to get them to fit together better, let me see if I can get my sides lined up. We've got side D and side B, is just kind of pushing them together, and on the ends you can see where I got a rub, and I'm just kind of removing those rub lines that I put with a pencil until they fit together. So I'm just taking my pencil and rub all the edges good. And I can tell it's rubbing a lot right here, and you can see where it's marked. And this right here is the first hand cut dovetail joint I've ever done. It's not perfect. I've got some gaps here. I might be able to clean that up a little bit, but overall it's not horrible. Pretty proud of myself. So now I've just got to fit these other sides. Let's see, I've got D. Let's try side A right now. Side A is not going together at all. I will do the same process I did before. Here is my dry assembly. Shine more light on the situation. As you can see, not perfect. Many professional dovetailers would be embarrassed by this, but this is the first one I've done. I'm pretty proud of it, and it's just dry fit right now, and it's holding together. So I'm going to knock it apart and then glue it up. Okay, here we go with the moment of truth. I've got a cord right here that I need to get out of the way. I believe it's this guy. Get this out. I'll just use my handsaw again. I did not expect that to happen. I guess as I was pushing through the grain, it just popped out real nice and easy. Wasn't expecting it, but I will take it. Let's kind of clean it up a little bit. Looks good. That fits in there nicely. It's got just an ever slight amount of play. And this is how you build a box for an antique sewing machine. Like I said in the intro, this is a Signet. It is a Singer clone that was made in Japan post World War II. So it's a late 40s, early 50s model. And so this will hold any, I think this is a mid-size base. So now I'm going to clean this up real good, sand all the edges, and finish it however my wife dictates. Well, here's the finished sanded box. I wanted to show this to you before I had to stain it. I wanted to leave it just plain wood and just do like a coat of wax over the top of it or something like that. My wife wants me to stain it red with some water-based red stain that we got a while back to go with the things in her craft room, which will go good with the decor in her craft room. It's just going to kind of hide my hard work here. So here are the joints. I took some really up-close pictures earlier, but overall, as my first dovetail project, I'm pretty proud of myself. I know it's not perfect. I know that it doesn't have the fit and finish that you would see from the masters of woodworking among us, but pretty good first attempt. So now I'm going to stain this and then I'll show you the finished result. Here is our stained piece of work. It's coming out a little bit pinker on camera than it does in real life. Would have rather left it wood, or left it bare wood, but I think it's what my wife wants and it will go with the craft room. I'm going to wait till this dries and try to focus my camera. When this dries, I'm going to go over it with just some finishing wax and take some good pictures inside. Well, here is the finished project. The red does go well with the red accents on the machine and the red all over the rest of her craft room. That's a mess right now. So overall, pretty happy with it. I would have liked to have left it bare wood, but you can see my dovetail joints. Not perfect, but I'm still pretty proud of my work. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.